Kansas State University briefly issued an urgent alert Monday afternoon warning students to avoid Hale Library. The alert went out around 4:30, but just minutes later an all clear followed. University spokesperson Michelle Gearing says K-State was the target of a swatting attack, a false report meant to create panic and disruption. According to a university statement, Riley County Dispatch received a call claiming there was active violence inside the library. Police quickly responded, determined the call was a hoax, and confirmed there was no threat to students or staff. Officials say the incident was similar to other swatting calls reported at universities across the country Monday. Manhattan Public Works crews are still repairing a sinkhole that opened earlier this month in the downtown area. As a result, 3rd Street remains closed between Points and Humboldt. The city had hoped to finish that project last week, but extended the closure through Friday after discovering more stormwater pipe work was needed. Parking lot and alley access south of Humboldt remain open. Elsewhere, the next phase of the Walters Drive project began Monday, resulting in the closure of the Walters and Kirkwood Drive intersection for at least 6 weeks. That is expected to slightly affect traffic around Eisenhower Middle School, with access primarily from Marlatt Avenue and Butterfield Road. A mill and overlay project is also occurring this week on Yuma Street. City Commission candidates weighed in on key issues during the first candidate forum of the season, hosted by the United Kansas Party Saturday at the Manhattan Public Library. Each candidate differed on approaches to solving Manhattan's ongoing housing challenges. Local real estate agent Scott Seal, who's running for city commission, advocated for more diversity of housing products. He says the city should explore state incentives for building in certain neighborhoods.
As a former Topeka, I've never wanted to say we should be more like Topeka, but they have something called neighborhood revitalization districts that overlay areas on a map where if you build new construction or do a major overhaul on a property, and that you get a property tax rebate for a certain number of years. And this is homeowners, not necessarily developers. Homeowners getting property tax money back for investing, say, south of Points or Old Northview.
Incumbent Commissioner Jamie Minton suggested drafting more inclusive city policies to encourage investment in workforce housing.
I think sometimes I'll use the RHID policies. At the city, we had a very broad policy, hoping to get individuals who wanted to bring workforce housing and using that tool, wanting to bring them to the table. The county did put out a very restrictive one, and I think that's off-putting. That's not going to encourage people to want to come and invest in our communities.
Candidate Amber Starling argued the issue is not about just supply and demand, but also a lack of affordable supply.
So when we talk about workforce housing, you're talking about very round numbers, between 60 and 100% of the median income. We're talking about teachers and nurses and firefighters and police officers. That's what workforce housing is and who it serves. I think that to solve it, we have to actually use incentives for workforce housing.
8 of the 9 candidates participated in Saturday's forum. Candidate Larry Fox was the only one to not attend. A Junction City woman was seriously hurt Sunday in a boating accident at Lake of the Ozarks. According to the Missouri State Highway Patrol, crews were called out for the report of a watercraft collision Sunday evening. First responders located the 58-year-old woman who had attempted to tie up a 40-foot yacht. Authorities say the vessel drifted and crushed her against the dock. The woman, who was not publicly identified, was taken to a local hospital with serious injuries. She was not wearing a life jacket at the time of the incident. No further details have been released.
Good morning. I'm Troy Coverdale. The postmortem from Saturday's K-State football loss to Iowa State in Dublin includes a breakdown of the points that hurt the Wildcats, but maybe weren't the most obvious to fans. Coach Chris Kleiman said yesterday that one of the breakdowns highlights that the team needs to get more players into the rotation on both sides of the ball.
We've got to develop more depth across both lines of scrimmage, and we've got to continue to do that because we can't expect Damian Alalio to play 60 plays every game and TP to play close to 60 or 70 plays. We've got to continue to develop depth. It's hard to do that in that type of game.
As for running back Dylan Edwards, who left the game following a punt return he muffed and failed to return with injury.
I don't know. I know the x-ray came back negative, so that was a positive thing. You know, we won't know much because we won't really get any. We won't practice until Tuesday. So the treatments don't even start till this afternoon. We were going to do nothing with the kids this morning, so they don't even have treatments till this afternoon. With us not practicing till tomorrow, I think we'll probably have a better idea maybe on Wednesday.
The Cats to welcome in North Dakota Saturday evening at 6. Our coverage that day getting underway at 2 with Power Cat Game Day on News Radio KMAN and 101.5 K-Rock. The first Chris Kleiman Coaches Show of the season is coming up tomorrow evening at 7, also on News Radio KMAN and 101.5 K-Rock.